Shalom, guys. So I finally recovered from a very, very exciting Purim weekend. It was quite a bit of fun. I went with a bunch of my friends to this club called The Block for a party they had there. And I told you I already had a costume that I brought from the US. Some of you may recognize it. It's one of my old favorites. It is the infamous wrestling singlet. One of my favorite things about Purim is not just all the fun and partying that you have, but that people here in Israel on this holiday, they are really, really interested in helping their fellow neighbor and doing good deeds. It's really nice. For instance, at the party I went to at the Block, this one woman who was dressed as Superwoman, she just gave me a breast exam. I didn't even ask for it. She just did it, and luckily she didn't find any lumps. That's great. And I just thought that's so sweet that somebody just out of nowhere examines my man boobs for cancerous lumps. But you know, I like to pay it forward. So later that night I gave someone a prostate exam. The show Glee is really popular here. It just arrived a few weeks ago, but it's people are watching it. But they're trying to make it still the huge hit that it is in the US. So what they did, they had the cast of Glee come to Tel Aviv over Purim to perform at this big club, at this big party. So I was there, of course, because I was not going to miss the cast of Glee performing live. So I went there and I got a little film. Here, check it out. I'll tell you this, the actors in Glee look so much shorter in person. I never would have imagined it. And, I mean, you just saw the clip. I barely even recognized the Asian girl. She looks totally different in person, totally different. It's crazy what hair and makeup can do for actors. It's crazy. But it was great seeing the Glee performance. So later that night, I was going home, I left the club, and it was pouring rain, like a hurricane decided to come through on Purim. I learned an important lesson that night, that wrestling singlets are not waterproof. No. No. So despite all the rain, Purim was a lot of fun, but I think they need to rename the holiday Purim. You see, that was funny because I took the word Purim and replaced the pour with pour because it was pouring rain. See, that's why it was funny, because it was a wordplay. Oh, I'm Hale, and this has been my daily struggle.